Hi Capricorns, Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading today. We have another cool reading. Yeah, we do, and we hope you guys are all doing well, Capricorn. This is going to be a general tarot reading, so take what fits and leave the rest out. If you want your own reading, you can get one with me, and I have a promotion going right now where readings are slashed. Yeah. Substantially reduced, so I'll talk a little bit about that later. Let's get right into it here. And today we're using the Literary Witches. Yes, we are. Let's see what we got here. Even a witch has to know how to read and write. We have the moon, looming change. That's what that's about. And why do they call it looming change? Because the moon changes signs in the horoscope, or in the zodiac rather, in astrology. Every 2.5 days it moves into a new sign. So you can imagine the change, right, as the moon moves into another sign. The moon that is the moon in a sign, it talks about the motivation, right, like what's important emotionally and things like that for people. Let's see what we have. You can imagine for Cancerians, no wonder they say they're moody. And it's not so much that, like in the regular way we say, oh God, she's moody. I mean, it can be, but really what it means is that Cancers have to deal with kind of changes in the emotional arena, or regarding like the moon is very also instinctual. So that's very interesting. Yeah. So hug a Cancer, right? Yeah, hug a Cancer. Let's see what else we have. They're huggable too. Yeah, they are. We have the doll and we have the spider. The doll is about childhood wounds. OMG. It can be about illusions. And what does that mean, illusions? Sometimes it means things that aren't really true, but we accept them. Yeah, it can mean that. So, somebody might have childhood wounds, or maybe they've accepted some type of limitation about themselves. That's a possibility here. But there's some type of wounding here, or conditioning from childhood. Yeah, it could be. All right. The spider is here, and that talks about planning, and he's spinning his web, or she is, or, the spider. So it can be kind of like organizing something, maybe preparing something. Yeah, but it is usually planning. And that's what the spider's doing, right? Let's see what else we have for you guys, Capricorn. And we have the Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. I feel like this card. And we have the many masks, the authentic self. Somebody's taken off their mask here about their life, about who they really are. Interesting. I used this deck like, I don't know, a week ago or something. And these cards they look similar. They do. But we have, the Drifter is somebody who just, goes with the flow of life. That's it. They are, experiencing life as it comes. The authentic self, somebody's finally seeing themselves as they really are, without childhood, like maybe dropping childhood wounds, or, accepting themselves for who they were. I feel like somebody was not thinking that, maybe a little bit low self-esteem possibly, and now the mask comes off, and this is, somebody's being true to themselves right now. And maybe they need a change in their life, experiencing life as it comes, because we were just talking about change with the moon. That's what it's about. Yeah. And then we have confidence in your magic. And so somebody has confidence here, Capricorn, now that they have kind of lifted the veil about themselves. Yeah, somebody's seeing themselves for who they really are. I feel like in the past they were, telling themselves lies, like, just something like, I'm not that powerful, or I don't know, or things didn't work out for me as a kid. So, my self-esteem isn't what it should be. I mean, it could be that in this reading, but there is change here, and somebody is planning something with the spider. Let's get right into it. If you want to get a psychic reading with me, or a tarot reading, or the combination, which is the best reading. I do the cards after, right? So I am definitely just reading energy. You can get one of those. And if you've ever wanted a reading with me, get it while the promo price is going. Yeah, if you are questioning somebody, or you have a question about your own, your own life, or your own career, or your own whatever, yeah, get one of those for sure. And I always check my work for accuracy with my clients. I get feedback, so I know that my work is it is accurate. Yeah. And so Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, Capricorn. You can get a past life reading with me, which is like, super powerful for you to evolve. Yeah, it is. So let's see what we got here. And that's in your natal chart. So that's a real thing. Past lives. Yeah. And, and a lot of us are carrying carrying burdens from the past, and this can help you definitely clear them. All right, and stand in your power. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. This is a card of happiness. It could be also Capricorn. It could be a reconciliation. That's not really clear here. It could be the devil showing up, and no, I'm not going to say it's you, Capricorn, but I don't feel like it is. Unless you have some people chained in your basement, right? Do you? And so, no, I'm sure you don't. The devil is about feeling stuck, sometimes chained to materialism. It's about fear. It can be about jealousy. But these 2 people are chained by this devil, right? And I've covered them because they're not dressed. And the 2 of Cups, the Hanged Man, reversed. The 5 of Cups, Ace of Wands, the World card, 3 of Swords. Okay. So somebody was heartbroken here, Capricorn. You or this person. That's not really clear who was, because this is about 2 people. Here's the 2 of Cups right here. And so the Hangman reversed, it can talk about somebody had an epiphany. It can talk about sacrificing something, letting something go, letting it dissolve, right? This is a very Piscean card, 12th house. The 12th in astrology is about endings. It's a last sign. So there could be an ending here. And the 5 of Cups is here. There could be an ending right there, right? It's the same ending, but it's showing up here as grief. Yeah, grieving or grief or regret. There could be something in this reading where somebody realizes it didn't have to be this way. Maybe if I would have taken off my mask and, looked at myself as who I am, because it just looks like somebody has removed their mask and they know who they are now, and they might have had like conditioning, childhood, or maybe wounds as a child. I mean, wounds can be even divorce, right? Right? It can, of course. Children are, they're delicate. They are, and even though they're strong, they're still delicate. But yeah, maybe somebody has childhood wounds here. And as for conditioning, I would feel like 6 out of 10 people have been conditioned in childhood in some way, because of kind of society. It can depend on what culture you live into, right? It can, but I feel like many people kind of are conditioned, and so this is about breaking away from that, and like just kind of having courage, and and just kind of, whoops, I have to move that. Let me get a little card here for that. But yeah, this is about somebody who breaks out of that. It's like, why would I want to kind of shortchange myself? I feel like somebody here was kind of just kind of dealt with something, most likely in childhood, with the doll. Okay, so in the past though, is somebody who really wanted to be with you, Capricorn, and they were feeling lousy about it. The devil and the 9 of Cups. So you're this person's wish, and they have sacrificed something right here, because here's the Hangman reversed. So yes, they have. We'll get a card on that in the past. Let's see what we have. And we have the Chariot. Yeah, this is a sacrifice so I can move forward and overcome something or triumph in my life. Yeah, it's possible here that somebody was wearing a mask and they didn't think like they deserved you. Not the mask to you, so maybe, but at least their own mask. They didn't feel like they deserved you. I feel like that's what this is about. And they might have, had a mask on about it, like, oh, I don't really care. The Capricorn's not that important to me. But that's not the truth at all. No, it's not. And somebody is finally, this person's dealing with life more spontaneously. It's like, And not so much, well, it has to be this one way because I grew up this way or something like that. And whatever this is way deep in somebody's psyche. It's way deep because of the doll. Yeah, and the devil over here. Yeah, and the Five of Cups. These are very deep cards. The Five of the Devil and the Five of Cups. This is deep down in somebody's heart. And the Three of Swords is here, and this is in their soul, right? So there's regret here. It could be, why did it take me so long to know myself, or even support myself or believe in myself? Somebody was lacking some self-esteem here. They were, but that's changed. Yeah, it has changed now. Somebody could have gained major insight, possibly during the Scorpio season, which is over in 4 days. Yeah, and then we're going to move into Sagittarius. But, we just had the new moon in Scorpio, which was highly interesting at the end of Scorpio season. The new moon is usually at the beginning, but which is kind of saying something right there. But Scorpio season, Scorpio is about power, and it's also about lifting the veil and understanding yourself at a deep level, understanding your intimate relationships, because it's the 8th house of that. Yeah, and it's understanding that things need to change sometimes and transform. Yes, it is. So interesting there. Yeah, definitely. All right. And it can be about fears and things, right? Scorpio can be about doubts and fears, and it just looks like somebody, might have had those. But their mask is coming off, and they're like, there could be this regret. It's like, God, what was I thinking? Why was I kind of thinking that about myself? Possibly that I wasn't kind of worthy. That's what this is. This is about somebody who feels worthy of your love, Capricorn, or a relationship with you. Yeah, they feel worthy now, and I feel like in the past they did not. And some people might laugh at that, or not laugh, but and say, "Oh, sounds weird or whatever." But trust me, people, even the smallest doubt in your psyche can make a huge difference in your life. Yeah, it can. So you don't want, or the smallest amount of, what's that other word, like resentment or guilt, and all that stuff holds you back. So somebody's leaving that behind here as they lift the mask. Yeah, and so in the current energy though, is the World card, which talks about ending cycles and new ones. It talks about somebody becoming full circle in their life, like mature, and closing out cycles of despair or lack of confidence. Just these cycles that really that don't serve us. It's like, fine, time to learn from that. The World card can be like time. It's the timing is someone's really learning their wisdom, stepping into their power, and letting go of these things. Yeah, coming full circle. Yeah, and it's next to the Ace of Wands, where this is a passionate new opportunity that somebody wants with you, Capricorn. And I feel like this person was without you in the past, the Devil next to the Nine of Cups, and they didn't like it. Yeah, they did not like being without you. And they have made some type of a sacrifice, or at the very least, this person had an aha moment, like an epiphany, like, oh no, I need to be over there with Capricorn. Yeah. And Three of Swords could have been a third party, but with the Five of Cups over here, this person was hurt. This person was hurt, or they grieved some type of sacrifice, letting something go. That's right. The sacrifice is, of course. And we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Three of Swords. OMG. All right. So, Wheel of Fortune with the Three of Swords. This can be like, well, I got to let something go here, or I had to deal with the pain, because this is your fate and destiny to them. And that could have been an aha moment. Capricorn is, I'm fated. We're fated to be together. Fate and destiny. And when the Wheel of Fortune shows up close to the World card, this is major wisdom here, and a major wisdom and major maturity as well. And I'm going to cover this with another card instead. Yeah, let's move this here. All right, there we go. Okay, so, yeah. All right, so, and this could be, I'm turning the wheel of, the Wheel of Fortune is also the zodiacal wheel and how we go through life. That's what it is, right? You know, and it talks about the good things, the astrology wheel, you know, the zodiacal wheel where, you know, our natal chart is, talks about all the good things we were given at birth. And it talks about challenges that we were given, right? So this here is like spinning the wheel and taking a chance here, and letting something go underneath the Hangman, Three of Swords. Letting something go. All right. And so in the near future, which is, you know, any time, because here's the Ace of Wands, the World card in the current energy. So this is any time, any half hour, any midnight, tomorrow night, the next, this week, or, you know, it could be next month, but it is soon. And this is a whole transformation here. The Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles is implying an ending as well. So yeah, something ends. Five of Cups, Hanged Man, the World card, and these nines, Nine of Cups. Any nine is it's a fulfillment of a chapter that no longer serves you. It filled its fulfilled its purpose. Yeah, right. Just like, you know, you go to high school, fulfilled its purpose. You can't stay there forever, Capricorn. Just kidding. You guys are all about achievement and authority. But, you know, I'm just teasing about that. But I'm just making a point that everything fulfills its purpose in this life. And life is about change, right? It sure is. And if anything, the only thing we can predict in life is change. Somebody famous said that, and, you know, so... But here in the near future, there's a transformation. There's also the High Priestess. This is an all-knowing that this is what I want, like spiritually, you know, intuitively. This is what I really want, right? The High Priestess, it could be a Scorpio here or a Pisces here as well. And, you know, it's possible there was a secret here. That is also a possibility. And somebody, you know, wants to be with the secret. Maybe you are the secret, Capricorn. That's a possibility here in this reading. And now we have, you know, we have this transformation. And I feel like what's happened here is somebody either became single, or the Nine of Pentacles can be also, you start to live with valuing yourself. You start to live in your power here. And, you know, she's got a lot of money, but these pentacles are also about how you value yourself and your values in general. So this person here is like doing that in some level, either major valuing themselves and understanding, right? Taking off the mask, or they have become single, either one. They could simply be wealthy as well. It's one of those three, or a couple, it could be. Three of Pentacles, so they can work things out with you. And they want this transformation here. Let's get a card here. There could actually be an ending over here, Three of Swords world, like a real ending, which creates way for a transformation, honestly, with you and this person. Could be, yeah. Somebody could have majorly changed here, and that could simply be right here, and now they're in their power, the Death card, next to the Nine of Pentacles. Because once the mask comes off, the one that you wear, you know, the one that some people wear, and they look in the mirror every day, and, you know, they're just not really, you know, really wanting to see kind of who they are, sort of, or, you know, and sometimes it's just that, you know, you're afraid to step into your power. There is that. And, you know, that's kind of, sounds crazy, but people are afraid of success, and they're afraid of failure. No, not all, but many. And some are afraid of both, and that's the worst, right? You're afraid to fail, but you're afraid to succeed. OMG. Yeah, and so because maybe they feel like they didn't deserve it. And I was saying that earlier, that somebody feels like they deserve you. There's a maturity here, and you know, they could be taking off their mask in front of you, Capricorn, as well. Like, hey, I didn't realize how important you were. There could, you know, maybe a secret can be also revealed in this reading. That is definitely a possibility. Yeah, and so let's get a card here, though, on the High Priestess, which is showing up the Three of Swords again. And so now we have two of them, right? And so, you know, and this here with these two cards is a six. It's recognizing. Remember, somebody recognizes that their own mask has to come off. They recognize it, and they recognize they have like childhood wounds, which, as I was saying, that's, 75% of the population, and which is not good, but, that's kind of how it is. And, there's a lot of factors involved. It's not just, your folks, and how you grew up and the culture. No, it's not just that. It's society at large, school, and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. But here, Three of Swords, this one has a bandage on the heart. Yeah. And so there's healing here. Yeah, there is. And so there's healing, and there is somebody wants this new beginning with you, Capricorn. They do. And whoever this is seeing this as something precious. Okay? Going to end this reading. Thanks so much for joining me. Check out the description box if you would like to get a reading with me. My readings are a lot of fun. Yeah, they are, you guys. I'm also a life coach. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me. And please hit the like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, button there. So, it helps me to kind of deal with the YouTube algorithm so I can continue to bring these to you as I do. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. And hit the little bell if you want to be notified of my uploads. Thanks so much.